This is In My Lounge Room, and I'm your host, Skye.
And I'm your other host, Damo, and on this week's episode, Skye has left the dating apps.
Ooh, like Elvis.
Yeah.
Hey, Damo.
Hey, Skye, how you doing?
Oh, life's amazing.
Isn't it?
It really is.
We've got nice, humid pre-rain weather.
It's pretty gross.
It's Sunday afternoon.
That's bad because it's the day before work.
Yeah, the kids are kind of behaving themselves.
Kind of.
No
yes.
one has stuck a sharp instrument into their child this week.
That's a win. Yes.
Yeah.
Life is great.
Yeah, apart from that, normal.
Very normal.
Normal week. Work,
Kind of, yeah.
parenting.
Repeat.
Yeah. One thing, though.
What is that?
Well, there's been a bit of a change in your life. What's
Yes.
been going on?
Okay, let's do it. Let's just tell everyone.
Okay.
I am no longer on dating apps.
Liberation. So, what prompted this? What?
A few things. I think I'd been on them for a while and I could sense my obsession, like where I just get on.
Unhealthy obsession.
Correct.
Not
yes.
like being obsessed with massive guns.
No, that's different.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's an awesome obsession.
Yeah.
No, like unhealthy to the
Yeah.
point where I was checking them all the time, swiping constantly, it's just ridiculous.
So, you're on a number of dating apps?
Yes. Shall I name them?
Go for it.
Okay. Tinder.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that one.
Mm-hmm.
Bumble. It's like Tinder, but you have to message first if you're a
Bumble
woman.
is one of my favourites.
I actually
like.
I liked Bumble and Hinge.
Bit of a fan of Hinge also.
I've had no luck with Hinge.
I met our mutual friend. On that app. Yeah,
Let's call her.
we called her Sarah, and she got the dick pic from the guy
Yeah,
sitting next to
that's right,
her.
Sarah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
met on Hinge,
Oh,
but we already knew each other from
Through
Perth
the group?
Singles.
Okay.
Yeah, so we matched on there. Actually, we didn't know each other. We knew of each other.
Right.
Then we matched on there, and that's when we kind of became friends. But yeah,
I don't remember ever seeing you on the dating apps.
me.
Yeah.
No, I've seen you.
I've never seen
And I'm
you.
like, just keep going.
Oh, thanks. Look at that crazy. No, seriously, I've never seen you.
Okay. Yeah.
Obviously not now.
Incognito, but yeah.
Yeah.
So, getting back to the reason this happened.
Okay.
So you're saying that like it's affecting your peace of mind, your
Correct.
mental health. It's
Yeah.
a disproportionate amount of focus, causing an unhealthy obsession. Was it that you were looking for the positives in it constantly?
I think so. I think
yeah?
it was, unless I got a match or someone messaged me, it was starting to be the point where I wouldn't feel as worthy,
Right,
I would
yeah.
say. But then, so it was just constant, and I hate that feeling.
Okay. Was there a trigger? Was there a catalyst to your final decision to
think-
delete these?
Yes, I think so. Like, it was just that cherry on top.
Yeah.
I matched with a guy, we'd started messaging, and then he sent me, not a dick pic,
Yeah.
but close enough.
Okay. So an unsolicited adult type of photo.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll tell you what it was.
Okay.
I messaged him saying, more good morning, whatever. And he was like, I'm working from home. And I was like, oh, awesome. And then he sent me his working from home picture.
In his working from home uniform, I assume.
Well, apparently he's naked when he works from
Okay.
home.
When I'm working from home, quite often I don't brush my hair, I don't have a shave, and I have a shower on my lunch break. Because I'm not going to go the whole day being a filth monkey.
Just half a day.
Yeah, but I also am not sending photos of that to people.
Why?
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on.
no one needs to see
Okay.
it.
This
So-
guy was sitting on what I think was a chair, could have been a couch, naked, and just his laptop as his attire.
That was his modesty
And,
patch.
but it wasn't like it was like close to his lap. He was holding it high, so there was more sort of area to see. So it was just, it was almost a dick pic.
My laptop gets pretty warm.
Yeah, so I can see why he was holding it high.
Yeah, I don't want that sitting on my crotch. Yeah.
But also he was doing that purposely to be like, oh, like it's like a teasing pic.
So
it was dumb.
Do you think that he just went quickly rip my gear off and send you the photo?
How much do you want to bet he sent it to a couple of girls though?
I also now I'm thinking, did he take that photo right there and then, or was it in his camera roll?
It could be either. I would say maybe that's it. Yes.
Okay. So prior to that, he was a normal human being?
Totally normal. He was funny. We were getting on really well. It seemed fine.
Okay.
And then bang, that just turned up.
What was your response?
I was like, oh, what did I even say? I think I just said, oh, that's interesting, working from home attire. I usually just wear trackies.
Yeah, okay. So you kind of glossed over it. You acknowledged it, but didn't make a big deal
and his
of
response was, oh, well, I thought you'd like something, like that. And I was like, no.
See, that's the big thing, is that they think you'd like it. Yeah. So apart from that, because obviously that was probably enough for you to go, look, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
But over okay, so from the last time you weren't using dating apps to now, how long has it been? Like, how long were you on there actively?
Like 9 months.
Really? Consistently?
Hang on. Oh, no, probably 6 months. Because I remember I'd spent that time with that American.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
was that 6 months ago?
Well, July?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So a long time ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
That's how much time flies, Damo.
Yeah, it does. I'm old. So in that time, you did have some dates from that, yeah?
I don't know if I had any from dating apps.
You had the date from the German man
Yeah.
at the speed dating.
That's it.
Yeah, okay.
My life is very sad.
No, I'm just trying to... No, it's not. I think it says more about them than you.
Totally.
Because...
Let's go with that.
Yeah, you're fully dateable. It's just that the... Look, I hear this a bit.
Uh-huh.
Like... Catalina tells me these stories. Other people have said the same thing. But were there enough negative things?
Hang on, there was a couple of dates. There was. Okay, I feel
right.
better now. I just was doing a little backtrack in my
So
mind.
tell me about that then. The experiences you had when you actually had a date.
Okay, I've had 2 first dates.
Right.
And that's as far as it's gone.
2 only dates then?
Only dates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And what happened after them?
Then I met the German.
Okay, so when you had the dates though,
Yeah.
everything was fine until the date, and then what happened? Like, was there you just didn't get along?
No, I thought, okay, one date was just okay and I knew it wouldn't go any further. The second date, the second only date, I thought it went really well. He came to Rockingham. We got on really well. But maybe there just wasn't enough chemistry. I don't know. I didn't think it was a bad date. Yeah. Like, it went for a couple of hours.
And then you had those experiences with, like, the man who didn't travel.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes, I've had some messages of, like, guys, yeah.
So...
Oh, and then there was the guy who was a bit younger and he wanted me to, another one who wanted me to go to Perth, pay for a babysitter. Yeah.
Right, yeah, okay. So, overall...
Terrible.
There's, so it's not just like old mate with his crutch laptop.
No.
Was like
crutch laptop.
With the only thing. It was like 6 to 8 months of a cumulative effect building up to that instance. Were there other things that happened in the similar vein? Have you received dick pics?
I haven't received many this time, but previously I've received so many.
How does it go? Like, they pretend they're normal?
Yeah, they pretend they're super
because
normal.
otherwise they wouldn't get your phone number or your Instagram
my
or whatever.
Snapchat.
See, that's a big one. They ask for Snapchat because they know that you're not going to save the dick photo to use against
them. Or screenshot it.
Or screenshot it, yeah.
So I know now Snapchat will equal a dick pic or them wanting like naked pics.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign.
Yeah.
But I learned that early on in my dating app time. Yeah, so I mean, there's an array of ways that guys do it. Sometimes they just send them.
Just out of the blue.
Just out of the blue.
Yeah, it's weird.
I got a masturbation video once.
Just out of the blue.
Just out of the blue.
So weird. I mean,
it was weird.
That's the thing. It's the unsolicited part that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's not the dick pic.
No.
Like, seriously, there's nothing wrong with sending photos of each other to consensually.
No, and that's fine. It's when they just like this. The video was the one where I went, I don't even know how to respond to this other than blocking him. Like, who sends a video?
Well, someone who's asked to,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah. Yes, but I never went, hey, you know what I really want? You masturbating, send me a video. I never said that.
I know we're talking about hamburgers right now, but you know what?
I'd like this.
That'd be nice. Yeah, because it's really odd because, I mean, I used to have a friend who told me that he had sent the odd unsolicited dick pic.
Really? And
Yeah.
why did he say he'd do it?
Well, he said that it's a vibe.
A vibe?
Yeah.
What a
it's
load of rubbish.
It's a feeling. You know, there comes a point in a conversation where you just pick up that now's the time. I'm like, and what is that point?
Yeah.
If it's not them literally saying, how's about a photo of your penis?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you know, you said some girls will like send you a sexy photo and like it's a bit revealing, bit of cleavage, and then you've sent them photos and it kind of escalates to a dick pic. I'm like, that's different. It's still not expected, but you've led to it.
Yeah, like
It's
sexting or like sexy pics, I could see that, but
it's still not justifiable
No.
because it's still like put it like many things. I compare it to the real world, right? If you're in the real world, you meet someone in a bar, it doesn't matter how flirty it gets. There might be a bit of casual hand touching or whatever, a bit of laughing, you know. Touch him on the shoulder and
Yes,
laugh.
absolutely.
That's a very intimate gesture. Anything above the elbows that's pretty intimate.
Yeah.
That still wouldn't justify whipping out your
flashing?
dick. Yeah. Even if like you've got a kiss,
yeah.
doesn't justify whipping out the dick.
But apparently, if you're messaging, you can just send a dick pic anytime.
But it goes one step further where it's just that like first thing they do as well, where you're not even conversing. Like they've got your details. So, and then that brings me to one of the reasons why Plenty of Fish is so trash, because you can send photos through Plenty of Fish, can't you?
Yeah, you can.
So on there, you could quite easily get just a dick pic without any hello.
And that's happened to me as well.
Yeah.
Like a photo, unfortunately, it's blank, like it's blurred. And so usually I'm like, I'm not even looking at that.
Right.
That is not a picture of him with his dog.
It's been years since I was on Plenty of Fish, like 5 years.
gross.
So when you say it's blurred, is that because it's a explicit photo, so they blur it? Or
And I think all photos are blurred, and
Until
then
you
you can
click on
choose
it?
to click on it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I haven't been on Plenty of Fish for probably 18
okay.
months.
Right.
So because the problem with Plenty of Fish is anyone can message, and that's
Yeah.
what I don't like.
Yeah.
So just random like 60-year-old guys will be like, hey.
Although Plenty of Fish does, unlike Tinder and Bumble, where you can go in there and you can open up the age range of people you want to swipe on. So like for me at my age, I might want to date a girl who's like 34. You know, I might want to date a girl who's 60. But it won't let you. It goes within 10 years of your own age. And I think that's silly.
I agree.
Like, I'm not like saying I want to go and find 19-year-olds to date, but I don't think there's anything unreasonable with a man my age dating someone in their early 30s.
Yeah.
But Plenty of
I
Fish
agree.
won't let you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. I had one amazing experience with Plenty of Fish where I met a guy who I saw for probably 6 months,
Right.
and that's the only time I've had a good experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was that relationship?
Yeah.
Or-
well,
yeah.
I'd say it's almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was semi. Like we were definitely seeing each other a lot.
Yeah. Exclusively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I, have I told you about the stories
No.
with him? So he never. Okay, he met the boys. So he's
Mm-hmm.
gone back to Denmark.
Ah.
He messaged the
Denmark.
other day. the country.
Okay, yeah.
He messaged
I was
the other
going to say,
day.
it's just down south. I mean, yeah.
The country. So he messaged the other day about how much he's enjoying the show on my WhatsApp.
Oh, yeah. That was really nice, the message you got from him.
So we still like stay in contact and message every now and then. But so he was Plenty of Fish, and that was really random because I
Okay.
hated that app. But can I tell you, I know we're meant to be talking about dick pics, but I'll just tell you.
Oh, no, we're talking about dating apps. I
Yeah.
think dick pics are just... I
bonus.
have a bit of an obsession with the mentality of it, with a bit of the psychology of it. So I want to get into that.
Yeah.
But please.
So this guy never sent me a dick pic, so that's a good sign. And he also did the whole like, I'll come over, like this is after we've been chatting, but here's my license, here's an evidence that I'm a normal human and not going to kill you, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we started seeing each other, and then one night he stayed, and then
Although, can I just jump in there?
Yeah.
If I was a serial killer, I'd have a fake ID. But anyway.
Awesome.
Okay.
Josh, if you're listening to this, was yours fake? Anyway, one night he stayed too long and I'd never introduced my children. At that stage, my youngest is probably about 4.
Yep.
Anyway, so I said to him, they're going to wake up soon. What are we going to do? And he's like, I've got a great idea.
Hang on. So when you say stayed too long, you mean till like 6 o'clock in the morning kind of
Yes.
deal? Yeah, all right.
Yeah, not till like 10 p.m.
Yeah, I'm like, when you said, oh, the youngest is going to wake up soon, I'm like, oh, hold on. This is a spend the night kind of deal.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
It's fine. Yeah, for this, midnight feed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 4. Although, that's,
Yeah.
I know women who, I think she's still breastfeeding her 6-year-old. So,
It happens.
people
I
do
mean,
it,
I
yeah.
fed my youngest till he was 2, so
Yeah, that's
I can't
normal.
really say
That's
anything.
completely normal.
Yeah. Anyway, no. So this is the next morning. Anyway, I said, "What are we going to do?" Because he trained and Ubered because he didn't, for some reason, to my house from very far north of the river,
Okay.
like further than you, like
Wow.
near.
So
near,
like South Geraldton.
yeah, like
Yeah.
not Hillary's, but around that area.
Far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's like, I've got a good idea. I'm like, okay, cool. What's your idea? I'm going to go and knock on the front door.
Oh, like he's just arrived. He's
like
a
he's
thinker.
a handyman.
Oh, shit.
So he,
It sounds a bit handy if he was still there till 6 o'clock in the
Right.
morning.
exactly. Anyway, so he goes. So I could hear my youngest moving around. So I knew he was about to get up. So he goes quietly, lets out, knocks on the door, and I open. I go, "Oh, hi! You're here to fix the I can't remember. I think it was the bathroom or something."
I noticed you didn't bring any tools, though.
Right.
You can use mine.
Anytime you want. Anyway, then so he
yeah.
comes in, he gawks into the bathroom, blah, 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 like pretends to fix nothing.
I'm going to have to come back with tools.
So then my youngest has walked out and been like, oh, who's this? I'm like, oh, this is the handyman.
In his handyman uniform.
He had put clothes on by this point.
I wasn't even thinking that, but okay, most casual handyman ever. So if it was the older one, he'd be like, he'd be thinking like me, like, so what's he fixing and how?
Right?
Yeah. So anyway, go on.
Anyway, so then I had to make breakfast for the kids. He was like, oh, look, I'm a bit hungry. I might have some too. I'll have a cup of coffee. And then I was like, oh, I've got to go to the gym and coach. And usually I get a babysitter. And he was like, I'll just watch them. So obviously I'd been seeing him for a while. So
and he had met them before this.
no, this is the
Oh,
first
this
time.
is the first time.
First time.
Oh, that's why you're able to. Hang on. Now I'm going like, let's say this worked out. At what point did the kids go, so mum, you're dating a plumber? And you're like, no, he's not actually a
Because he
plumber,
worked
but he
in-
was here to fix the bathroom.
I know, we didn't think much past this. And yeah, so
But I could just imagine, sorry, it's a bit of a tangent, my brain's run away. One day, further down the track, you're all hanging out and the sink gets blocked and you're like, oh, I just need to call a plumber. And the kids are like, oh, but isn't Josh a plumber?
right? Yes.
Yeah.
No, he works in marketing. Yeah. Right.
I was obviously at the time. No, I'm sorry for taking your story off on a tangent, but like, it's one of those situations like, oh shit, I just got caught jumping the fence. My parents have woken up. What am I going to say? I know. I'll tell them I was chasing a bad guy.
Right.
Like,
Yes.
I didn't think that through because now they're all like, someone was in our yard, call the police, talk to the neighbours. And you're like, oh my God, I should have just told them I was sneaking back in after a night out with my mates. Yeah.
Yeah. So instead I had the handyman and then he's like, I'll just stay, and you go and coach because I only had to coach for 45 minutes. So he stayed. I think.
Hey kids, the plumber's gonna look after you for a bit. Oh, you didn't think that through. No. Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, I went away. I came back. They were very happy. He was awesome because he's a dad of two, like similar age boys.
Yeah.
And it was fine. And then I was like, I need to take them to school. He's like, I'll come. And so he did.
Okay. So, hang on.
I told you this is a bit of a crazy story.
No, that was too good. So, jumping forwards on that though, what happened? Did it just because he had to move back to Denmark?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I know. I was very sad when he left. Yeah. So we did this a couple of times. The handyman came over a few times, and I'm still messaging him now. But it was anyway.
Yeah. Well, like I said, that message that you showed me the other day. He was really complimentary and spoke like a articulate human being.
Yeah,
so.
he is. He's a super intelligent man. Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Well, my youngest was. Oh, it was just at the start of COVID. So like between about.
So like 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
And that meant moving country and that time was like, see ya.
Yeah, pretty much.
Don't know when you're going to come back, if ever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was a positive thing.
That was a really positive thing.
And it came from dating apps.
It did, yes.
But what sucked about it was, so did you go off the dating apps when you were seeing him?
Yeah, I think I may have. Like
this is before I met you.
Yeah, so probably, because I think it was sort of the end of the first year of COVID that I met you, so 2020.
2020,
So this was like it must have been halfway through 2019 then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So did having a good experience like that, because that you met him on Tinder?
On Plenty of Fish.
Plenty of Fish, you said that, sorry.
Yeah.
So having a good experience from a dating app and then having that end... Not because they're a dick or you hated each other or anything went wrong or anyone...
Because of life.
Yeah, because
of life.
of life.
Shitty bit of life. Yeah.
So that can... I'm going to look at it from like 2 points of view. One is it makes you go, well, that was a really positive experience. Once I'm emotionally over the fact that I can't be with this man, I know I can go back into dating apps and hopefully this will happen again.
Yeah.
Or it's the... oh my God, why am I wasting my time? Which way did you go?
I went the first.
Yep.
I went I was a bit sad at first and then got over it and then just moved on and went, let's get out there.
Did that then, when you started to have the inevitable negative experiences, were they proportionately more impactful as negative experiences than they would have been because you'd had the positive experience?
Yeah, I think so. And I think because it was such a good positive experience and until then I hadn't had terrible experiences and when I'd have bad experiences, I'd be like, well, there was that awesome time.
Yeah.
But I think they just kept being negative.
So that wasn't enough to keep you going in your mind. It's going to be one day it'll work out because... we've had that conversation going back to like when Lucy was on the show with the, nothing's meant to be.
No.
Things happen because you make them happen.
Yeah.
Or just by chance.
That's
so
yep.
If you've got that in your mind, it's like, well, all of these crappy men are just by chance. It's just unfortunate. There's a lot of them.
A lot.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not saying there's no crappy women. Trust me.
I have no doubt.
There is, but the percentage of women on dating apps who are terrible is so minuscule compared to men?
Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
why?
Because in society, okay, taking dating apps and the internet out of the picture, there's the same amount of men as there is women,
Yeah,
right?
and most are sort of equal in whether they're awful or whether they're nice.
I think that probably, but for some reason, men are more overtly horrible.
Okay.
Like they don't know how to hide that. It's just like
No,
being a
that's-
perv, right?
Yeah, that's true. Like dirty old men, all of that.
Women are pretty pervy, right?
We are.
I know
Yeah.
some pervy women.
Yeah,
right?
it's true.
But
Our friend
women-
Sarah,
Yeah.
very pervy.
She's quite
Slightly
pervy.
dodgy.
Um,
yeah.
Hey, Sarah. But women are really, maybe they're sneaky. Men are just
They're
unable to just, boobs.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
And they stare and they
Yes.
get caught. And then women are like, well, that's creepy.
Yeah.
Whereas I know women are looking.
Oh, yeah, we just do it with our sunglasses
Yeah.
on and very subtly.
Yeah. So it's not like you can say, oh, it's just men in that regard.
No.
But online, it's so much higher. It's like the dodgy women just aren't on there.
No, they don't. Well, they're all with the good guys, apparently.
Maybe. Yeah.
And then I think that's what it is.
Yeah. So why is it? Why are these dating apps just so densely populated with douchebags?
So I don't know, but when I was first single, that first 6 months where I was like separate, I left my husband. I used those douchebags, and I had a very good time. So I was-
Okay.
yeah.
But what I mean, okay, there's a good way of looking
Yeah.
at it. So a woman who's like, all right, I just need to get my leg over, so to speak. There are countless men
Yeah.
who like, and it also goes back to like pre-dating apps. I had this conversation with a woman about how like when you're out at a bar or a club,
Yeah.
for example, and this says more about women than men. I'm not slut shaming. This is men and how desperate and gross they are, right? Any woman, unless you've got like 3 heads or something.
Even then.
Even then, you could pick a man in a club, as long as he's not gay,
Yep.
and walk up to him and go, so tonight we're going to have sex.
Yeah. I've done it.
And 99% of men will go, or single men will go, okay.
Yeah. It's so true.
You could, because men are like, yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
That's
And
sex. I didn't have to put the effort in.
No, and I've pretty much done that.
Yeah.
So it's worked.
Well, I know women that have done
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Well, yourself
Yeah.
included. Yeah.
So that, and then the dating apps, because I was a single mum, I had
Hmm.
to organise things and I wasn't going out to pubs every
Yeah.
night. So easy to be
Yeah.
like, hello, men. And so I had a good 6 months.
Yep.
So it works perfectly if that's all you want.
Absolutely. But then you get like this man from, I think it was 2 episodes ago, who said to you that Tinder's a hookup app.
Right?
How do you think he actually goes with the hookups with that attitude?
Really badly.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think that it comes down to that, that lack of ability to go, hi, I'm looking to hook up.
Yeah.
And then you have the choice of going, well, I'm not, so
Bye-bye.
left swipe.
Yeah.
But they don't. They sell you a line of crap.
Like that guy. Remember that one who was all like, oh, what are you interested in? She's like, oh, something serious. He's like, yeah, me too.
Yeah, me
But then-
too. Like 4 paragraphs
Yeah.
explaining why, and then 3 days later goes, so
What are you doing
how about
tonight?
a one night stand? And she's like, literally the one thing I said I'm not interested in.
Yeah.
Like, so is that kind of hoping that you'll forget, assuming that you're stupid?
Bit of all of the above?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But anyway, I want to talk more about the dick pics because, like,
Okay. Because it's so
it
fascinating.
is. It's just so interesting because there's like.
Okay, question then. So you've never sent one, or you've sent one but only with consent?
Only with consent.
Okay.
Oh, I've sent nudes,
Okay, cool.
but I'm also real man sends full nudes.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, here's my face to my feet.
Yeah, not just like a weird angle that you're like.
It's just a
"That's not
disembodied phallus. I mean,
Yes.
it's like, I have fairly impressive hands, apparently. Mm-hmm. But I'm not just going to send you photos of my hands unless you're into hands.
Yeah.
You know? And you probably ask me for it.
good." Definitely.
You know, I'm
And
not
you
just
could
going to go
charge for it too.
Yeah, but I'm not just going to like out of the blue go, check out that thumb muscle. Like that's just as weird.
Right?
That's not a normal thing you do.
No.
You don't just go
Look at my
flex.
bicep. Yeah.
You don't just do that.
No.
And but if you did, at least it's not your genitalia.
Yeah.
But you don't. People don't do it.
And I'm just fascinated by the fact that guys, one, either don't put their whole body in, and their angles
Yeah.
are so wrong.
Yeah, and see, also like if I'm talking to someone, right, I'm doing it on a device which has access to the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the internet, if you wanted to see a penis,
Yeah.
right, you just Google penis,
Yeah.
right, and you're gonna see one that you want to see that's probably really impressive and lit
yeah.
well and good angles
Yeah.
and well groomed,
Yes.
attached to some guy that you'll want to look at.
Yeah, like with a nice body or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Or your type of body or whatever it
Yes.
is you're looking
Yeah.
for. It could be Ron Jeremy, who's quite gross.
Yeah.
But, he's got quite a thing going
That's
on
true.
there. That's
Yeah.
how he made all his money.
Right.
But, you have the option of doing that yourself. Like,
do.
so me sending close up, it's just weird. Unless you're like, oh, so can I see it? Or I'm like, so we've been talking a bit naughty here and you've just sent me some quite revealing photos of yourself. Would you like to see this? And then they'll be like, hell yeah, I want to see it. That's what I was leading towards. Or is someone you've already slept with or you've
Yeah.
already seen each other naked.
Yes.
Go for your life. Knock yourselves out.
100%.
Send naked photos. Send your masturbation videos.
Yeah.
Do whatever you got to do. Make yourself some porn together and share it with each
yes.
other and watch
Yeah.
it in your own time and talk
that's
about
lovely.
whatever.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want consensually. Don't send weird ass photos of your body parts, whether it be your elbow, your ears, your penis, whatever.
Oh, I got one the other day on Snapchat from a guy. I don't even know when I matched with him. Literally of a woman giving him head.
Him.
Yeah.
Not some porn.
No, it was
Was
no.
him.
Yeah.
What the hell?
And he said, "Want to join us?" And first I was like, "Who is this?" Because
And you didn't work out who he was? He was just a stranger?
I finally did. It was a guy I'd matched with, like, I don't know, 9 months
So was
ago.
he a Snapchat friend? Like you had accepted a friend
Yeah.
request from him at some point?
Yeah, but
And-
we never ever had like conversations. Like,
Okay, you know what he's
sexually.
done?
He's done it to lots of
He's
women.
just scrolled through
Yeah.
his list and he's gone single woman, single woman,
Yeah.
single woman, single woman. I don't care what they think. I don't
Yeah.
care if they get rejected.
is-
They'll either say yes or no.
I just felt really sorry for that girl whose face giving him head is now all over Snapchat.
I'm gonna say I hope that she
Consented?
to it because she's
Same.
like, yeah, cool, send that. Was it a snap or a saved photo?
It was a saved photo.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Now I think about it, yeah. Still, I was not expecting that when I opened it. I was expecting some message like, "What are you doing tonight?" You know?
Babe.
Yeah. Not like, "Here's me with a woman and her penis is in my mouth."
Her penis is in his mouth. Wow. Send me that. You never know. Yep. Yep.
is in her mouth.
Yep.
Thank you.
Hey, some transgender women have penises.
That's
so,
true.
she may have had her penis in his mouth. But I don't think in this story that's what was happening.
Definitely not.
Yeah, so I think the crux of it is unsolicited. It's not that women don't like penises. And I think that's like men who get rejected for the sending of the dick pics are like, oh, well, you don't like dicks. No, she probably loves dicks. But she doesn't love to see yours without
No,
permission.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And those videos. Seriously.
Anything without permission.
Also, when
walking up and going, here, have a piece of cake. I didn't ask for it, but now it's down my throat.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like the guy who sent me the working from home pic, I was at work when I opened that, idiot. But also didn't think that it would be like almost like I work at a school.
Yeah, yeah.
And I did freak out and just sort of threw my phone away and then went back to working for a second because I was like, wow, what happens if the principal had walked in at that point?
I think the most disappointing thing there is that, like, you were interested in that guy.
Yeah.
And he's probably gone, oh, she's interested in me, so this is okay. But he's just ruined it.
He has. Like, at that point, my respect for him went to the floor.
And you're not going to continue.
No, I haven't.
Like, you've blocked him. And
I have?
Yeah.
I know, right? So now I'm off dating apps.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it's for the best. Now,
I think so.
let's just talk about that. Moving forwards, it's a little bit like that. Oh my God, I just drank 3 bottles of Prosecco. I'm never drinking again.
Yes.
You will.
I know. I know. I don't want to, but the problem is, how do you meet people?
You host speed dating events
I know, right?
and hope
That's how I roll.
Yeah, but you know what? Remember when you started talking to him? And I hate, like, sometimes when I give my opinion at the time, I'm like, don't be too negative, Damo. Don't make this guy out to be a dick just because he's at a speed dating.
Which you sort of started to.
I started to.
Yes.
But at the same time, just because I haven't done it doesn't make anything wrong with it. Right. I've been interested in speed dating. It's just I know lots of people it's just never come up.
I've never done it. I just host them.
Well, you hosted it. But I don't know, what was the objective? And we know what his objective was in the end. But he went into it telling you that, like, he was looking for something that he wasn't looking for. It's same with Anita's guy that she was seeing, who as soon as she said, oh, I'm not comfortable with you telling your mum that I'm your girlfriend, he goes, oh, well, I'm just looking for someone to sleep with anyway. And she's like, oh, well, she's.
Yeah.
Thanks for treating me like a piece of meat.
But then it's like the guy I had 5 dates with who then was kidnapped. Same thing.
Yeah, well, that's right. He exploded.
Yeah.
He spontaneously combusted one
something.
day. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's
he was maybe he's James Bond.
Maybe he
Yeah,
is.
he's off fighting the good fight
That
somewhere.
must be what it is. Yeah.
Because
What
it's
else?
freaking weird.
It's so weird.
To have 5 days. And you mentioned the last episode, you'd already, like, you've been sleeping with him.
Yep.
You've been on dates with him.
Yeah.
You'd hung out at his house.
Yeah. We did a quick play date with the boys because he's got 4 boys, I've got 2. So the kids had met for like half an hour at a park.
Of course he's dead.
He's definitely
Because
dead.
what kind of person just up and... Like, it's not like 1 date ghosting.
No.
5 date ghosting. That's full on. That's one of the most extreme...
I know. And he even said to the boys, oh, next time you guys come over, I'll have whatever food for you. So he made comments that sounded like the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and so... Can I ask what medium you were mostly corresponding with him on?
Normal text message.
Okay, so you couldn't see if he read your messages.
With him, no. With the German, he has.
Yeah.
But no, with him. So he must have had like an Android and I have an iPhone.
Yeah, okay. Because for me, like, yeah, like if you're if it's Messenger or Snapchat or Instagram or what else is there? Telegram.
Yeah,
what
most
else can you
apps
send
these
messages?
days.
Anyway, WhatsApp. It says seen or delivered.
Yeah.
Like 1 tick for delivered, 2 ticks.
No.
Or whatever it is.
I think this was just normal text.
So you wouldn't have a clue.
No idea. I'm assuming he's dead.
See, we could put some psychology into that as well as like the type of app that the person chooses to correspond with you is dictates the type of messenger they are. So someone who goes straight for Snapchat might be leading towards the explicit photos.
Agreed. Yes.
Someone who uses Instagram wants you to see their life because they put their photos on Instagram.
Yes.
Messenger is innocuous. That's neither here nor there because it's not necessarily... You can still have a private Facebook account and use Messenger, whereas
That's
Instagram, you might add them. Text messaging, maybe you don't want people to see that you're leaving them on unread.
That's true.
Or that you've seen their messages
Whereas
and not responding.
WhatsApp is very open.
Yeah.
And that's so like the guy that now lives in Denmark.
Yeah.
That was all on WhatsApp.
See, me, I'll use whatever people want to use.
Same.
It doesn't really matter. But if I'm instigating contact with someone, it's generally WhatsApp.
Yeah, I like WhatsApp.
Yeah, because it's got a photo of you there.
Yes.
You can send media.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I can send large files through WhatsApp, so therefore when it comes to that... So I'm a songwriter. Do you want to hear some of my music? I can send you an MP3 without having to send you a link to my YouTube account where you're going to get my full name. Because which is also kind of weird, just on that, because I'm like, I don't really protect my privacy in that way, but as a musical artist, it's part of the game.
Yeah.
I want people to know who I am.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But but when it comes to meeting strangers and start talking about music and they're like, oh, can you send me some links to some of your music? And I'm like,
no.
Oh, I could, but then you'll know who I am and then you can look me up on Facebook and then
the
you
next
can
thing, bang. Yeah, stalker.
Who knows? I mean, and in my previous occupation, I can use information on the internet to find where people live.
Yeah.
You know, like...
That's
Find where
creepy.
your mum lives and what her phone number is and who you lived with 5 years ago and what they do now.
Oh, my gosh,
You know?
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I was a professional stalker, basically. So I always had that paranoia of if I give you too much information, you're going to find me. No, it was just my job. I don't think people do that.
They don't work that hard. No.
So, so basically, let's just sum up what we've talked about here. You've left dating apps because... There's a general negative experience.
Yeah.
You've had a couple of positive experiences, but right now, old mate and his laptop.
It just did it for me. Just made me go, I'm done for a while.
And I think the important thing is you've said that you've got the awareness of your own feelings.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely.
How do you feel now?
Empowered? Is that a good word?
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
I just feel like free also. Like right now I think I'm happy where I am, like with work and the boys and the gym, and I think I'm just going to focus on that. It's coming into winter anyway when you don't do a lot of dating. So
Cuddles.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to have that, am I?
Okay.
That's what
You got
my
a dog.
And my 6-year-old, he's handy for that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So any regrets so far? Any
regrets of like leaving the dating apps?
Like, because you did say earlier, you said, "Oh, how am I going to meet people?" But
well, that's my concern.
Yeah.
Like, because I don't go out a lot because I have children, and I'm 40.
Yeah. So what are you going to do? Like,
and I live in
Is there any bush dwarfs on?
And I live in Mandurah.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm stuffed.
Could be worse.
So
Could
what
be
people? That's true.
Like
Meriden,
Manjimup. Like you may. Oh my god! Imagine being single in Manjimup or Meriden
well
or
just give up.
Southern Cross or something like that.
I just cry.
Too bad. You're done. Yeah.
You are done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So friends just need to set me up on blind dates. Okay. So all my friends listening, or all my non-friends, just everyone, send me blind dates.
So if you know a decent man who Skye might be able to date, send us an email at skyeanddamo@gmail.com.
Yeah, or message the Instagram page.
In my lounge room Instagram.
Yeah.
There's an idea.
It's a cool idea.
Let's hook it up. Any of my mates that are listening, anyone
you all know what I look like?
Yeah. Said, well, there's the thing. We're going to pimp you out. That's probably not the best way of putting it. Because I won't be making any money off it.
No, you won't. Unless we get sponsors.
Yeah. Okay. The sponsored Skye's dating journey.
Each restaurant.
So we can talk about this. We can make this a segment on the show.
Did
you have any dates this week, Skye?
And I'll be like, yes, no.
Yes. 7.
Ooh. Oh, that's a lot.
I got free dinners all week for me and my children.
And I put on 10 kilos.
Yeah. You know the message you got while we were recording last week or 2 weeks ago, where you got a message on Bumble in the middle of the show, and he was like, "Oh, I don't have a gym body," and like fully putting himself down because he thought that you wanted someone with a 6-pack.
Yeah, and then I replied back saying, "Well, if you're not that, I'm not looking for like a gym guy, but I want someone who's confident." He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm confident." I'm like, "Oh, awesome!" And then I just was like, you know what, you're
No,
not.
you won't,
So
you're not.
goodbye.
And that is what it comes down to is they don't have to be perfect. They just have to care about themselves. And I'm not saying like you have to lift, you have to like be perfect in your eating habits or whatever, but at least care who you are. Care about yourself, because if you don't care about yourself, how can you care about somebody else? Support yourself, and then you can support others.
There
Be
you go.
single if you have to.
Yeah, like
for
me.
a long time. Yeah, I think you've come through that. You've had that kind of. You've done all the right things. Right now, you're doing what you're doing. You're not on the dating apps, but hopefully, you're not going to get any dick pics either.
Well, that's true. I'm not. Yes. It's
All right, so that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's totally
Cool.
it.
So we've already
Nice.
mentioned the email.
Yeah,
If
and
you've
our
got
Insta.
nice men that Skye might want to date, they
Totally.
might have to meet me first.
I mean, maybe.
No, I'm not. I'm not your big brother. Even then, that's weird too.
Yes. Remember, I sent you through a screenshot of a guy on Instagram who had gone on a date, and then there was these two guys watching him. She went to the toilet, and then they're like, "Just don't do anything silly with our sister," and then walked off.
That is creepy.
Yes. Yes,
The
it
only
is.
time that's ever happened to me in my life was because, like, yeah, don't be so possessive over your sister. She's an adult. Protect her if she needs protecting, but that's preemptive. I was at a pub, and my sister, she likes to dance, and she's quite attractive, and she's out on the dance floor, and she's just cutting it up and having a great time, and I'm just kind of standing there with a beer in my hand, doing whatever. This guy standing next to me, he's like, oh yeah, and he's all doing his sexy dance and his hips. And he kind of elbows me, gives me a little nudge, and he's like, hey, fuck her, wouldn't mind getting into her pants, eh? And I'm like, oh, see if you've met my sister. And he's turned and looked at me, and I just kind of looked down at him, and he's like, is that your sister? I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything. And I'm like, it doesn't bother me at all. But when her husband gets here to pick her up, he might have something to say about it. He's like, oh, yeah, nah, yeah, good. I'm like, watch your mouth. But yeah, it didn't bother me.
No.
She can protect herself, or her husband's there. She could have turned around and gone, excuse me, creepy man, not interested.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have had a shot in hell. But I'm not going to see some guy sleazing onto my sister and go over and go, stay away from my sister. Well, I don't care.
Exactly.
Like, he's not hurting her.
No.
She's a big girl.
Yeah.
She's fine.
But yeah, so this guy had his bad dating experience was protective weird brothers.
Yeah, see, I'd get out of there.
Yeah,
like,
I'd run.
I'd be sorry, your brothers are weirdos. Yeah.
Totally. And also, but she just sort of said, I don't know, when he asked like who they were, and then went to the toilet.
Okay.
Weird.
As a setup.
Anyway.
Yeah. Squeal like a pig. Oh, God.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, so we'll wrap it up.
Yes.
It's been good. I've had fun.
has.
I've got tears in my eyes. Some of these stories
heaps
are
of fun.
hilarious.
Any handymen, you know where to find me.
Yeah, that's right. Just if you stay the night at Skye's place, just make sure you bring a toolkit and maybe some work clothes.
Yeah,
So
it's a preference.
the kids are a bit older now, so the oldest is just going to be like,
Right.
sure. How many times is the bathroom going to need to be fixed?
Regularly. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
See you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
There's something better we can see. There's so much more for you and me. And if you let me, I'll take you all the way. I'll be everything you need. And when you call me, I'll be on my way. You are the answer. If there was a God, I'd pray for you to be by my side, holding me near, using our love to make the world disappear. And when it's time, you'll know it's true. Oh, And if you let me, I'll take you all the way. I'll be everything you need. And when you call me, I'll be on my way. You are the answer. If there was a God, I'd pray for you to be by my side, holding me near, using our love to make the world disappear. And when it's time, you know it's true. All of your pain will be gone, and it's time for me and you. All of our pain will be gone, and it's time for me and you.
Thank you for listening to In My Lounge Room with Skye and Damo. All music in this week's episode of In My Lounge Room was written and performed by Damien McKay.